Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another 10 trades. Today's date is December the 1st and I am using my new Trigger Zones trading system. And I just want to let you know that it's also a great scalping system, especially if you put it on the 5-minute time frame. And you can use this, what I call the magic indicator, trigger zones, TZ for short. I would even call this complete system the Holy Grail trading system, mainly because of this magic indicator. Now I know there's no magic indicator and there's no Holy Grail trading system. But if you had a system that was producing 200 pips or more day in and day out, I'm sure you would be calling it the Holy Grail trading system also. But once you learn and master how to trade this way, you'll be a very happy trader. Now with this magic indicator, it really helps me to find the beginning of the up and down cycles within the market. You can easily trade all 3 trading sessions 24 hours a day. I call that the flow of the market. Now in the 5 minutes, all you can do is just buy the dips. When it drops down, starts to go up, especially on the 5 minutes, is very, very clear. Or you can sell the highs. And and easily scalp. Now, more often than not, you're going to get more than 2 to 10 pips. And that's basically what I call scalping, 2 to 10 pips. Now, everything above 10 pips, I would certainly call that a bonus. And I teach within the videos, the training videos, exactly how to scalp the market on the 5-minute time frame. So let's move on to these trades. The first one is the Euro CAD. Remember, before I pull the trigger, I drill down the lights all the way from the monthly, all the way down to the 30 minutes. I produce my daily trade plan. And if you don't have it, I highly recommend you get your hands on it, because each and every one of these trades came directly off the daily trade plan. And once I know the direction of the higher time frames, I pop in an arrow here. So on this EuroCAD, I knew I wanted to be buying. Now sometimes I jump the gun a little bit on the faster side, but I know the higher time frames will push the market in the direction that I took. So let's drag and drop this up. Now, in real time, it could have easily just, from here, just keep going up. But the market is very random, decided to test the bottom, so not a big deal. I knew it was going to go. And for 95% of the traders out there, the newbie traders, they cannot handle these pullbacks. But once you understand and you have a daily trade plan like I have, you won't worry about these pullbacks, as the higher time frames will push it back up, as in this situation. Now I ended up getting 13 pips here. Let's see what it did go against me. 27, 28 pips. So keep in mind, for you traders who are using 10 or 20 pip stops, sometimes it'll work. Everything depends. Like if you were pulling the trigger right in this area, then a 10 pip stop will work. But if you get in at the wrong location, then you're going to need a bigger stop. 13 pips to the good. On the EuroCAD, paid out $1,020. Moving right along to the next trade, which is the euro dollar. Let's see where it is. Here it is. Now, this one I bought. Higher time frames was suggesting that. Let's see where I got in first of all. Same situation. Took the trade a little bit on the quicker side. Did go against me 22 pips. I wasn't worried about it. I knew that it was going to go with 95% certainty. And once you have a 95% certainty, you don't mind pulling the trigger. Anyhow, I ended up with 11 pips. Euro dollar pays $10 a pip. So that paid out $1,100. Moving on to the next trade, the pound CAD. This is another one. The first three were buys, by the way. The rest were sells. I took a lot of the trades before 7, and some were after 7, and some of them were actually after 8 a.m. I closed them all out around the same time, except for this one, between 9:30, around between 9 and 10. So I was done trading by 10 o'clock in the morning, which is exactly the way I like the trade. In front of the charts, up to 4 hours a day, grab a few hundred pips, just looking at the total here, especially depending on these futures, these indices here, but this definitely, and I'm only guessing at this point in time, it's well over 400 pips. Love my, what I nickname as the Holy Grail trading system. Let's see where I got in at pound CAD. I knew I wanted to be buying. Was a little bit slow at pulling the trigger, but I knew it was going to go at least up to this resistance area, and then of course that's as far as it would go. So trade management is very important. Get that in order. Looks like I locked in about 15 pips here, and 15 pips on the pound CAD paid $1,176. Okay, let's move on to the next trade. Euro New Zealand, here we go. All the rest I sold. There's the arrow from the higher time frames, plus taken directly off of my daily trade plan. You should really get your hands on it. Here's the daily trade plan that came out today around 7 a.m. in the morning, New York time, December the 1st, Euro Yen. Here it is. Watch for bearish trade. As I said, all the trades, pretty sure all of them, at least 90% of them, or 9 out of 10, are coming directly off my daily trade plan. If you want to get some more information on that daily trade plan, just get in contact with me. I do charge $100 a month for it. So, moving, let's see now. Euro Yen. Wanted to be selling. Did qualify for a great way to trade. As the other trades, that's using the indicators, goal line specifically, and the indicators down at the bottom. Let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. This one only went like 1 pip against me. And it looks like I ended up with about 17 pips. And those 17 pips on the Euro Yen paid $1,504. And by the way, you will be getting 6 templates. There'll be 3 different versions of it. Some traders asked me to put in less indicators, so I made some with less, some with a little bit more. The one you're looking at right now is version number 3. That's including the timing indicator and this goal line here. I decided to make it, and so you just have to decide. Let's see, trigger zones right down here. 1 and 2 is version 1, 3 and 4 is version 2, 5 and 6 is version 3. So you have your choice of which trigger zones you like to trade, whichever one you find success with. Obviously, I find the most success with version number 3 here. So let's see now. Moving right along to Dow Jones. This was a little bit more of a trickier one, as it went mostly sideways before it would do much of anything. But I knew I wanted to be selling, so I sold, went mostly sideways, and then when it spiked down here, I just decided to close out the trade. It was a more difficult one for today. But I still ended up with 46 pips. Keep in mind that each pip is only worth $5, so 46 times 5, and then times 10 lots. That ended up paying out $2,300. Some days you'll have trades like this, a little bit more difficult. But it's still, a winner. Pound yen. This one's a little bit smoother and didn't create any kind of problems for me today. Knew I wanted to be selling. Got in the trade. Didn't go much against me, that's for sure. Maybe about 2 pips. Could have made a lot more. But at this point, when I was up 33 pips, I was happy. And those 33 pips paid $2,921. Moving on to the Russell. Let's see how this one worked out. Another one I knew I wanted to be selling, but it went sideways. Was a little bit tricky, but I still ended up grabbing some pips. Now, went against me, and for most traders, they would end up with a loser. But once you understand, and you have a daily trade plan, and it's telling you which way to go, then you just hang around. Let's see where I got in at, right at this cursor here. Ended up closing out the trade, looks like with 30 pips. 30 pips, $10 a pip, as it pays on the Russell, times 10 lots, came out to be $3,000. Moving to the S&P 500. Right here, I knew I wanted to be selling it. Let's drag and drop it up. Remember, it's based on the higher time frames, not just, there's way too many traders. The newbies, they're down on the 1 minute, 5 minutes, and like this, a lot of people would say, oh, this trend is up. Well, it's up on the 15, but it's not up on the higher time frames. As you can clearly see on my daily trade plan, S&P 500, the weekly and the daily is down. So once this little move here is completed, then it'll go down. That's a little tip for you. These are all things that you have to learn. So it went up a little bit here, then it went down, then it went back up. So get in, grab those pips or ticks, whatever you want to call it. Looks like about 82 times pays $5 a pip. 82 times 5, that would be about right. 8 times 5 is 40. So those, let me get it right here again. What did I say? 82 ticks paid out $4,125. Moving on to silver. Got to be really careful with this, because if you freak out with the pound pairs, this pays 5 times more, $50 a pip. Once you master This is going to be actually today the crude oil, but it did a bigger move. But this one here, look at that, paid quite a lot. Not a very big move, but pays a lot. So after I drilled down the lights, I knew I put it in my daily trade plan. Highly recommend you get the daily trade plan. You're missing out on a lot of trades every day. Silver, look it. Watch for bearish trade. So whenever your system is telling you to sell, well, get into trade. Trading's not difficult. Don't make it difficult. Now, it's very, very difficult to get the timing just right. It could have easily tanked right from here. But the market did this. And, that would represent, a few $1,000s I would be down. Look at it, went against me, 7 pips. Oh, yeah, that would be about 3,500 I would be down. So 7 pips against me, locking in about, I'd have to get a calculator out, but let's see. Let's say it's 17 pips. I just used a calculator and it was actually 18 pips. Let's see, 18 times $50 a pip. $900 times 10 lots, that's $9,000. So remember, you don't have to get a lot of pips. Only 18 pips, and look at what it paid. So be very careful, you're on the right side of the trade. That was a very good trade. Love trading silver. Okay, so last trade here. Let's see what's happening. Crude oil. Knew I wanted to be selling it. Let's drag and drop. Trading is easy once you have a daily trade plan. Did go against me. I wasn't too worried. Now this is 46 pips. A lot of people would freak out over that. But I knew it was going to drop. How did I know that? Well, my daily trade plan told me so. Let's see now. 108. And those 108 pips on crude oil, remember it's $10 a pip, paid $10,800. So another great day of trading. And today's pips and ticks total came to 373. I thought it would be over 400, but looking at these other instruments, the DAX is not in here, DAX 30, and neither is the, let's see, the other one, NASDAQ. They will produce a lot more ticks. But anyhow, 373 pips, can't complain about that. It ended up paying out $36,948. So if your system is not producing on a daily basis, like my trigger zone system, I suggest you get your hands on it. And you want to get some more information on it, it's quite simple. Just look right below this video and you'll see this write up. It's my trigger zone system. I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market, as I mentioned earlier. This magic indicator will help a lot to catch those cycles. The up and down cycles, or the flow of the market, whatever you want to call it. Now my system has 5 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now it comes with 6 MT4 templates, 9 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. Now I threw in a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and 9 bonus videos. This is just all bonus stuff to help you to succeed at trading the markets. Now there's a lot of ways to trade, and I do teach a lot of ways. My number one way, of course, is a great way to trade. I look for that every day. As for me, it has a very high success rate, about 95%. because there's a lot of ways to trade, I made 50 training videos. Now we're running out of time. I recommend you just put the video on pause, read everything here, all the different ways that I teach how to trade. If you have any questions, all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. If you live too far, simple, just send me an email. Remember, there's an underscore right here. Now, I really do prefer Skype. This way here I can keep everybody organized, all the traders I'm talking to, and there's literally hundreds and hundreds of people I am talking to on Skype. But if you click on this link right here, we'll have Skype connection, and through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session, answer your questions, give you some tips and tricks. And keep in mind, I do all of that with no obligation to you. And if you click on this link right here, you'll see 35 screenshots of all the trigger systems I've been building over the years. So, time to wrap up this video. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next video, good luck with your trading. And remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay.